break Matt and I up. Matt and I are solid. We're gonna be together forever. You mean Griffin and I? The question was, why has Bernie been trying to break Griffin and I since the first podcast?
Bernie's in love with Geoff.
I don't specifically remember that, but I will tell you that there is not. I rarely see Bernie more entertained than when he gets Griffin and I mad at each other. And he's very good, very good at making that happen, and then just sitting back and watching the explosion. So I think it's personal, sadistic entertainment. You start with the glass. Oh, I'm sorry, you first.
I was just wondering if you knew how many submitted clips you have for Fails of the Week, and if you're going to continue the series.
Yeah, we've done 23 episodes of Fails of the Week now. I think 22 or 23. And we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 40,000 submissions right now. But we do 10 a week. And I'd say probably like 1 out of every 2 is good enough to make it in. And so we started it in last September, and the last time I checked the inbox, we were still like in early October of last year going through the Fails. So if we do it if we just get through the current queue, my daughter will have to take over at some point. And then you start back there.
How did Griffin feel when you dressed up as a girl in Superbus?
When Geoff dressed up as a girl last night, what was the question?
She was grossed out to see me dressed up as a girl in Super Gus, but oddly turned on by Matt. Michael.
Now with Griffin not in the room, can you tell the rest of the New Orleans story?
She would literally divorce me. I would like to stay married. I have to stay together with the kids. It's no matter what you're envisioning in your mind, though. Like, you know those things where, like, at some point, whatever you envision in your head is bigger than it could ever be. And if I told you it'd be a letdown, not the case with this one. You can't imagine in your head. Trust me. The world is better for not knowing about it.
I think Geoff wants to move on.
I saw you guys at Fantastic Fest last year, and I thought you guys were great here.
Oh, you were at
the highball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were at the highball. Hey, this guy.
Where I knew you from.
Yeah, you're drunk. The thing was, in terms of shooting for
Yeah.
how far advanced did you have, or how far did you plan in terms of like, did you always plan that church was going to be like?
Spoiler.
Oh, yes, spoiler.
No, that's not a spoiler.
Well, I mean, spoiler if you're not cut off.
Oh, yeah, well,
it's
4 years ago.
I mean, basically, with Red vs. Blue, I'd say it's just kind of a rough sketch of where a season is going to go. And sometimes it's like, you know, what would be cool is down the line, we can pay this off with X. So in terms of something like that, it's like a really big, you know, plot twist over the whole course of the thing. It's kind of one of those things that's like, it's kind of in the ether, and it's like one of maybe a few ideas that are floating out there. And then as you see the story develop, you know, yourself, you kind of like pull one of those down. There's a whole season. It's not like every single word.
It's like the framework is written.
It's a framework, yeah. So
that's
basically how it works.
I will tell you, you know, the majority of that stuff is straight from Bernie. He's definitely the genius writer. And I distinctly remember him telling me his ideas for Church being an AI in season 2. Like somewhere in the middle of the season 2 production, we were making it. And so he was thinking pretty far ahead. But like Matt was saying, there are whole storylines that we just never did because you start to follow that one path and there's no room for it.
You guys seen RvB animated?
Yeah.
So that's a whole storyline. I mean, you can see from that, that's like a storyline. It's like, what else was going on here, right? Because it kind of starts in the middle of something. Because there's a whole other long saga, like a 2-hour thing that's connected to that we just haven't had time to make.
Yeah.
That's from one brief little interlude.
And then there's stuff that you'll never see, like in season 2 when everybody left through the teleporters. They were never coming back to Blood Gulch. Like Simmons was going to be like Land of the Lost. cost kind of thing.
We had like 30 or 40 pages between season 2 and season 3 with the teleporter things and where everybody was that we just didn't have time to get to.
They were going to be gone for a long time. Max Gain
was
going to be a major character in the show. I think he ended up having like 2 lines that just never worked out. There was actually a thing we talked about where Boos and Sarge got trapped in a cave together for a season, and live together and find food. Yeah, so there was a lot of stuff that just never happened. It's probably better.
A couple of questions first. Are we going to get more red versus blue, at least PSAs or something?
There's a website now called areyoummakingredversusblue.com.
Are you making more red versus blue?
Areyoummakingmoreredversusblue.com. You can visit that for your answer.
Second part, can you do Sarge using Griff?
Griff, you're a dirtbag.
Are we going to see Pongo again?
We have a Pongo thing that we've been trying to do for like 6 months, and it just hasn't worked out. It's got more people in it, so at some point.
Pongo's legs fell off the other day.
Pongo's
Pongo's
not always in such good shape. Whenever the kids visit the RT studios, it's like the first thing they torture is Pongo.
And they do that robot.
The Mario turtle shell.
The Mario turtle shell, and then like the Jewish robot that we used in.
Oh, that's right.
In the brand that is robot.
Robbie the Jewish robot.
The Jewish robot. We went upstairs one day, and it was like my kid and Matt's kids, and I think one of Bernie's kids. They were standing around the robot, and it was the entire thing was on the floor in pieces. And they looked up and they go, "We didn't touch it."
I think they might have been lying.
How about you? Asked a question.
Yeah, I work for a small business and my boss is the owner and he's pretty quirky. What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen that he do? Yeah.
Okay.
They randomly
So Bernie and I used to live together in college. We lived together for a long time. And he's, you know that thing where you can't drink a gallon of milk? Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Not true. Not true. Bernie once ate a whole case of Fig Newtons and drank a gallon of milk to wash it down.
You guys might not have Fig Newtons here.
You don't have them anymore because Bernie ate them all.
It's like a thing of figs, and it's like wrapped with them.
Fig, something disgusting. I don't know.
It's gross and it's hard to get through one. It's really gummy. And to eat 300 of them like that is like a special kind of degenerate. How about you?
Did you say Mac or PC?
I did it back in the seat.
Have you guys ever seen the Switch Mac ad? So we did the parody one. So that was like our light bulb moment for when we decided actually to do red versus blue and stuff on the internet, because I was working in LA at the time, and Bernie, Geoff, and Gus made that in like the warehouse connected to the tech support center where they were working. They just went out there and shot it as, on a lark, just having fun. And it's mostly right.
Can I tell you a funny story about that? Gus and I were just reminiscing about that with Bernie the other day, talking about like how far we've come. And not that far, far this way. Not to get too off on a tangent here, but Bernie would be mad if I told you this story. Bernie was the guy with filming experience.
Nobody tell.
Because he had made his college movie. Nobody watched it.
Hey.
And, so we decided that we painted a wall white and we put Gus in front of it and we started filming. And Bernie goes, "This doesn't look right." And he goes, "Gus, I need you to go to the camera store and buy a blue light." And Gus goes, "What?" Like, it's like a blue light bulb. You need a blue light bulb. And Gus goes, "Why?" He goes, "You need one for filming. It's a very important one." And now I know it's like tungsten versus daylight balancing. So I thought I was doing that at the time. And Gus goes, wait. If I'm going to drive across town to get a stupid $12 light bulb, you've got to tell me why we need it. And Bernie goes, I don't know. They always have them. I don't know. Just go get it. It's so bad when we bring that up.
But that's so Geoff and Gus and Bernie made that the Max Switch, or not Max. Is that what it's called?
Max Switch.
Max Switch. So I used to be a gamer, that thing. And I was working in LA at the time, and Bernie did tell me about it. And I was managing a visual effects company at the time, and I had this one employee who was really bad, was always doing like slacking off and not doing work. And I would go in his cubicle all the time and I'd say, like, "Get back to work." And
what were you working on at the time? Do you remember?
We were working on Titanic or something James Cameron did. Ghost of the Abyss.
Okay.
The underwater thing. So I went to this guy's cubicle, and usually he was watching Homestar Runner. You guys seen Homestar Runner?
Yeah.
So that was
This
my
is
first.
1999, by the way. It's a very old time.
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
2000.
like that was my first exposure to Homestar Runner, and so he was always watching that or some kind of internet video just before YouTube and any of that stuff. So it was, it was really hard to download stuff. And I went to his cubicle one day and I was like, motherfucker, get back to work. And I look over at his monitor because I'm a top manager, and I look at his monitor and I see Gus. I'm like, why are you looking at Gus in your monitor? That's really creepy and weird. How do you know him? And he was watching the Max Switch thing. And I called Bernie immediately. I was like, did you guys make a video with Gus? And he's like, yeah, we made it like 4 hours ago.
How the hell did you know?
Yeah, yeah. And so it's like, they made that video, put it online, and within, a few hours, I had seen it in LA, not knowing anything about it. And that was like the moment we realized, oh, you can make video on the internet now, and people are going to watch it, and it's going to go over.
Which seems very silly and trivial
Seems like
now,
nothing
because
now.
of YouTube and Brave and all these sites, you can put your videos anywhere, but at the time, there was nothing like that.
Yeah, except Gus.
Well,
Penix has a long and sordid history. We would love to do more. The game changed hands many times between developers and publishers and things like that. So it just became very cumbersome to try to get permission to do more. That's basically it. We wrote a bunch of them. We'll probably never be able to make them, unfortunately. So Geoff and I can act them out right now. Ooh, ghosts, look out. Ah, the end.
did you enjoy making Matt made it?
No. Did we enjoy making it? It was very, very, very hard to make it. It was like shooting a documentary and then trying to make a narrative film out of a documentary. So it was very difficult. Don't want to touch the fun of playing Sims and trying to do more movie making probably.
It was back then you and Jason made the stream with it.
Yeah.
And Barney and I were making RvBOZ Blue. And we would come in and we would start making an episode of RvBOZ Blue and we would finish it. We'd be like, we'd look over and Matt and Jason would be like 2 shots past where they started and we started making RvBOZ Blue 8 hours ago. We were like, hey, you still making that thing? What's going on?
We appreciate that
Speed
too.
up. Come on, guys.
That's really
we just made 2
true.
episodes of RvBOZ Blue. It's a very slow process.
In the back over there.
You explain Luke's behavior in Switch
Can we explain Luke's behavior?
Yes.
Can anyone? In his Switch Archie short, you mean the one where he's got the shake weight?
Yeah.
I don't know. The weird thing about Luke is that he just showed up at the office. Nobody knew he was visiting.
That is seriously true. Like, he just showed up. We were having a company meeting, and Luke just showed up and he goes, "Hey guys, what's up?"
And I was like, I guess Geoff and Griffin forgot to mention to everybody that Luke was coming down. And then Geoff turns to me and is like, "Did you know Luke was coming down?"
I had no clue. He just came down, and I go, "Why didn't you tell me you were coming?" He goes, "Huh, I guess I didn't think to." And so he was there for a week, and so I just really
As soon as he got there, he saw the shake weight, and he wouldn't let go of it.
very strong forearms.
What's the point of having a Q&A when you can ask them anything?
Well, you're not allowed to ask us anything in the booth. I forgot to say that.
No questions. So we can have this meeting again. How about you?
How many controls have broken playing horse?
So far, none. The last controller I broke was, I'm embarrassed to say, in Mafia 2. Yeah.
Trying to do that achievement.
Well, trying there was like a bunch of collectibles in it, and you have to drive a car onto a roof. You have to jump an interstate overpass, get on the roof, but there's snow on the roof, and so it's super slippery, and the roof's like this big. And I broke a controller in part of the wall.
We all have things that we break at the office. Geoff's known for breaking controllers. I'm known for breaking hard drives. I broke a lot of those. Gus breaks the website. So that's kind of our thing.